Hi, I'm Charlie Powell, and this is Pay Attention To, where we are spotlighting some of the hottest artists in the dance scene right now. Today, we have none other than the happiest man in dance music, Malugi.
Yes, thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here. It
Of
is
course.
Malugi, right?
Yes.
Malugi?
I myself say Malugi, and I think I'm pretty much the only one who does this. Everyone says Malugi all the time.
Malugi,
I
yeah.
take both. I say Malugi myself.
You say Malugi?
Yes.
Okay. So you've obviously been DJing and producing for a long time now, but I wanted to start right at the beginning. When did the journey into DJing and production start for you? Baby Malugi.
Yeah, if you ask for the very beginning, I have to mention being 7-year-old child going to Ibiza with my parents.
Your parents took you to Ibiza?
Yeah, it's okay. We go even further. My mom was obsessed with the island of Ibiza. It was the first international travel she ever had when she was younger, so we went all the time. Of course, we didn't go to the clubs, but yeah, everyone knows.
Your mum sounds like a legend.
My mom is the absolute legend, I can tell. And of course, in Ibiza, the club culture is everywhere. So I got in touch with it. I got idea of grown-up people locking themselves into an overcrowded room and putting the music too loud, and I found that very, very interesting. I just couldn't wrap my head around it. And that's when, I guess the excitement about it started. And then it just, grew over my youth until I got my first own equipment at maybe 13 or so.
Yeah, what was it that gave you that initial push to think, right, I want to do music for a career full time? Because obviously, or was it just was there a particular moment or like a rave you were at or a party or anybody you were looking up to that defined that moment?
As I was that young, I would say it was a process. But everything, I have this until today, everything that I got in touch with the club culture, it dragged me in more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I have to say there's not this particular moment, but half of my life has just been dance music, you know? So, yeah.
Right from the beginning.
Yeah.
And were there any artists in particular you looked up to when you were young?
Yeah, of course. In all episodes, I would say there's a lot, but the first ones I remember is Blank & Jones. I figured their music, it's old school classic trance music, and I figured their music from compilation CDs that I listened to as a child. I watched them on German television. They broadcasted the big Love Parade streams or whatever, and I was obsessed with their music. And this is, I guess, the first that I would mention, the first artist that I was fan of is Blank & Jones.
Blank & Jones. And what party or scene really influenced you when you were kind of working out your sound, like initially?
So I worked out my sound throughout. It keeps changing and changing.
Yeah.
But I would say there was this one moment that was really particular, disruptive for me. That was when I started Malugi, and this was when I got in touch with the club music scene from Amsterdam. It is a global scene, but the Amsterdam DJs were always my favorite, like FS Green, like Jero Vandal, like Jael. When I saw them playing, when I saw their stage presence, the approach of like putting a cheeky edit and having the crowd surprised and everything, this was very, very, very inspiring to me. And I guess in that time when I went to those parties, I got really inspired to start my Malugi project.
Amazing.
It took a turn and another turn ever since, but this is where it came from, yeah.
And so on from that, there's kind of been this real resurgence for this faster paced house sound with pop influences recently, a sound that is commonplace on Club Heartbroken, which is your label.
Yes.
Was this a style you were always into, or kind of has it developed over time? You briefly kind of said it has, right?
So I would say like the house music is just above everything. It's my favorite music.
Me
It
too.
will always be.
Yeah.
And sometimes the bass line changes, the BPM changes,
But it's still house.
the feeling of house music will always be the main thing for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when did you notice that this kind of faster paced house music was really coming back into?
I keep understanding it because every time we have ideas, we put concepts or so, we see we have more opportunities, more chances than we had last year at the same time or so. And that's how I see, wow, there's really something cooking in our sound, and I'm very grateful for that. But of course, I would say the initial moment was post-COVID.
Post-COVID,
Yeah. We had this absence, and we came back with the whole music we made in
We wanted the
in
energy.
the bedrooms, and then we played it out. It worked out well, and the rest was going then.
Yeah. And what about like pop kind of commercial artists? Who do you really love at the moment?
I mean, I very much love pop music. I love big room concerts, so I go all the time. And one of my favorites is Ariana Grande, of course.
Ariana Grande, of course.
Yeah.
Love that. Wow.
Yeah,
Wasn't
I saw her
expecting
live
that.
also. Yeah.
And kind of for yourself, you've been involved in some massive moments recently, those boiler rooms in particular, first one in Belgium, and obviously the one here in London.
Yes.
What was it like performing at those and just seeing the reaction there and afterwards? Because that was a big moment.
Yeah, it honestly, to tell the story of the London Boiler Room, we had this tent and we had a huge lineup for it. We had Disclosure playing before Marlon and me.
Oh, wow.
And it was, I mean, it was a big tent, but it was not Disclosure big, you know? So they had it shut down during the Disclosure set, which was very, very unfortunate, of course. And we, in the backstage, in the green room, we were more stressed. Will we go on? What is happening here? And the moment when we got the green light that we can perform, this was when it all relieved. And I think this is also why the video clicked so well. You can see that everyone in the room
Was so happy.
was so hyped that the music came on. So the backstory is not the easiest,
Yeah,
the
of
best,
course.
but
That's quite
of course.
stressful.
And at the same time, I have to mention, of course, the safety is always the most important aspect. So I'm sure Boiler Room did the right decision to cut it down. It was just stressing us out a
Of
bit.
course, yeah. And then coming on and bringing the energy after like that is
This
is
was
hard.
so relieving, and then of course you could see it resonating online, and that was incredible feeling.
Yeah, it was great. And what's it like being up there with one of your good friends, Marlon Hoffstadt, and kind of bouncing off each other when you go back to back? Yeah, I mean, I would presume you're the same, like kind of work better, well, I guess with your best mate or like in creative environments when there's someone to bounce off.
This is exactly how I would put it, like experiencing all of this, growing into this scene, into this industry together is the best feeling ever. Sharing memories with friends. It's not only Marlon and me, of course. We have this very particular partnership, but we work with so many friends. Yeah, not much of the team change, and I think
That's nice.
this is the most incredible thing to experience all of that with our good mates.
For sure. And like touring with them too, like taking them.
Of course.
Yeah.
Making memories,
Yeah,
right?
for sure. That's what it's all about. And we obviously can't talk to you without getting into your label, Club Heartbroken. What was it that made you launch your own label and want to do that?
It came about the same time when I started Malugi. I would say I heard this new sound that I was obsessed with living in Berlin. Everything was techno, everything was very underground, very introvert. Amazing club culture, of course, no need to mention that.
I know, yeah.
I learned so much from Berlin, but also sometimes I felt a bit misplaced with my pop-leaning identity and stuff. And then I figured the scene. I saw, wow, I go to these parties, these club music parties where they throw an edit, everyone is hyped about it. You know, you see the vibe in the room. The crowds were dancing with each other, not everyone pointing at the DJ and stuff. And I felt, wow, what type of energy we have here. This is the party that I want to go. This is the party that I want to throw also.
Mm-hmm.
And this is how I started Club Heartbroken. I tried to find a playground a bit for the new sound that I was discovering for myself, finding just a place to develop my own sound in. And this is what carried the project throughout.
And why is it important for you to give a platform for like artists and emerging artists? Kind of goes without saying,
it happens on the fly. I mean, I always figured that we are better together, that there are so many people around me that inspire me, that do amazing stuff, and I just wanted to share that, you know. It's not that I was always trying to give platform or so. It happens along the way, and I'm super happy how it turned out, because you can tell it actually works better together than alone, right?
Of course. Love that. More of that. So I've been loving the vlogs over the past couple of months from your
Thanks
tours,
so much.
full crew.
Yeah.
You look like you have the best time ever. What made you kind of want to start documenting all of these?
Yeah, first of all, thanks for that. Shout out to my man Proc, who's shooting all of that.
Legend.
But honestly, I just was thinking to find a way to take my community with me. And I found it very intriguing, very fun. I started enjoying the presenting and stuff, and now we're just doing what we do.
Yeah, and showing the world.
Yeah.
And over the past 12 months, what's been your kind of career highlights, the best bits? Any chaos that we need to know about, or maybe don't need to know about?
So, of course, 12 months. The pace things are happening right now is a long time.
Yeah.
But I would say very, very epic moment was when we, after so many months of playing it out and rinsing it, having the La Bouche remix cleared.
Nice.
Yeah, when we got Sony reaching out saying, yes, we can put it out. And then I felt like, yes.
Yeah, long time
And
coming.
yeah, of course, it's one of the biggest tunes in my sets. Shout out to Paul Cyril. We made this version together, and we got it cleared, and we put it out, and I'm so happy about that. Yeah.
I think everyone's very happy about that, especially producer Jay. Okay, so we have a segment here called Quick Mix.
Yes.
Series of questions where we find out a whole lot more about you. Are you
Okay.
ready? Cool. Name a dream back-to-back partner.
Patrick Mason.
Why?
Patrick's performance is the best I've ever seen. So inspiring, so refreshing, and so much out there. The best performer I know.
Venue or festival that is on your bucket list that you haven't played yet?
It's easy to mention because I will perform. It's going to be Glastonbury.
This year?
Yes.
Hey! Has that been announced yet?
Yeah, it
wicked.
is. And I'm much looking forward to it.
Are you a camper? Have you got your tent ready and your wellies?
I have to be that honest. I'm not going to camp this time.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
I would highly recommend. What, so you're going in and out for the day?
No, I will stay 2 days. And this is also the reason that I won't camp, because I have my big show the second day, and I didn't.
That's a
want,
good excuse.
Yeah, I want to be fresh and showered for that.
Yeah, I feel you on that one. A must-have track on the USB, one you always draw for.
Currently, my opening tune is "Don't Stop" by Prosper, one of the biggest tunes at the moment, I feel.
Yeah, for sure. And what do you love about that tune?
I don't know, it's the groove, it's the bass, it's just the whole feel. It reminds me of something, but I don't know what, and that makes it so good.
For sure.
It's amazing.
Your most underappreciated tune that you've made?
Okay, so I have this tune, also the first record that we put out on Club Heartbroken. It's called Drop It Down. I think it's not even underappreciated, but I sometimes forget myself that I have it. So when I put it, or when I hear it, I think, wow, this is actually good. I should put it back into the set list. So I would say Drop It Down.
Drop It Down. Yeah. And a tune that isn't your own that you wish you had produced, and why? Any tune in the world.
One of the biggest tunes from dance music of the last couple of years for me is definitely Happier, Clementine Douglas and Blessed Madonna. This is an amazing song, and I would say, participating in this one would have been an absolute dream.
Yeah, that's an incredible record.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it doesn't feel dated either. Like, it will be a future classic for sure.
100%, I can tell.
Yeah. 3 ways to describe a Malugi set.
Yes, I would say this is all the same show, but I would say it's a good club karaoke. It is, letting loose for the moment and just jump.
Nice. Get yourself down to a Malugi set.
I can highly recommend.
Your favourite DJ set you've ever seen live? Can't say your own.
Yeah, of course. I can't say
Well,
one, but the
you
one,
could say your own.
One that comes to my mind is my first visit to Berlin when I was still living in Cologne, and I went to the Watergate Club, where we later also had our residency, but this is another topic. And I saw Solomon and David August having a sit down in the whole water floor. And I was 19 that age. I don't know how I sneaked in there because the door policy was 21.
Oh, wow.
However, the first time I experienced that energy in the club, and that is very long ago, but still in my mind.
Yeah.
So I would mention that.
Big moment.
Yeah.
Favorite place you've thrown a dab?
I throw them all the time. How could I pick a favorite? We did this one thing like early last year. We were dabbing our way through the States. That was very funny project. And my favorite photo of that series is the Times Square one. So I would say my favorite dab, Times Square.
Times Square. And where else do you want to throw a dab?
I have many places on my wanna dab list. I will throw one at the end of this interview.
Yeah, why don't we do it now?
Yeah, okay.
Go on.
I point this camera. I point this camera.
I point this camera.
Hey! Love it. 3 things that make you happy.
Yeah, easy answer. I would say my family, my friends, and my passion.
Amazing. Me too. Me too. And final one, an artist more people should be paying attention to. We ask everyone this.
I have to say it's hard to pinpoint one.
Of course.
But recently I get all these tunes sent by a young guy from Belgium called Mirage. And his music is extraordinary. The texture, the writing, everything about it. So everyone go and check out Mirage.
Nice. And before you go, anything else you want to tell us? Anything you want to plug? Any bangers on the way that you're allowed to tell us about?
No, honestly, I would love to take the moment to thank Capital Dance for all the support. I know you've been rinsing my music, and I very much appreciate that.
Thank you for coming down. Malugi,
Of
everyone.
course. Thanks for having me.